Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. You're going to be so glad that you showed up or tuned in today. We have a very cool message and music. We're going to sing, we're going to pray, we're going to listen, and we're going to have fun, we're going to smile. Happy day before Valentine's Day, and you're welcome. That was a reminder. And it's Valentine's Eve. That's very good. And if you're single like some of us, I wish for you to fall in love with yourself. Let's sing together our opening song. This is a really fun, playful song, and it helps us to love ourselves. It's called "Be as Good as You Are."
Good as you are, na 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 na. Maybe you're a painter, a lion tamer. Maybe you're a doctor or a nurse. Maybe you fight fires or walk high wires or build big houses like Hearst. Do you pilot a plane, engineer a long train? Are you the captain of a great big boat? Do you write hit songs for the world to sing along? Or are you a farmer raising pigs and goats? Whatever you decide to do, it's special because it's you. Go ahead and be as good as you are. Go ahead and shine bright as a star. Go ahead and fly higher than a rainbow in the sky. Go ahead and be as good as you are. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. There are gonna be times when you're trying to shine and somebody says, "Who, you?" Keep a smile in your heart, just remember who you are. Let your light keep shining through. You go ahead and be as good as you are. Go ahead and shine bright as a star. Go ahead and fly higher than a rainbow in the sky. Go ahead and be as good as you are. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome. Welcome to a beautiful Sunday morning. I can't see that mist and fog and, strange mask-related things. There we go. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Robert Eckman, and I'm your service host this morning. This center is a spiritual community where all are welcome. We know whether you're a Bengals fan or a Rams fan that you are perfect, whole, and complete. And each of us are on our road to greater spiritual experience. Thank you for joining us here in person or from home via our virtual love stream. However you're joining us, we are so grateful that you're here. This center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy of daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among all religions. We honor all pathways by which people seek to know and to connect with the divine, and we work on our individual consciousnesses to make the world a better place. Our practitioner holding high watch today is Topher Steele. Topher will be in prayer for us throughout this service, knowing our highest good, and that nothing but good is unfolding for us, each of us, as we share this sacred time together. Our prayer practitioner this morning is Farrell Zeman. I'd like to take a moment and welcome anyone that's with us for the very first time. If you're willing, would you raise your hand so that we might be able to acknowledge you by putting our hands together for you? Yes. Yay. Two of you. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here. Before you go, please stop at the table in the foyer for a welcome packet that includes more information about us, as well as an issue of Science of Mind magazine, which is always just chock full of wonderful meditations and articles. I think you'll find it of great value. So from wherever you are, whether you're at home or whether you're here with us, I'd like to invite you to recommit yourself to our center's spiritual purpose by saying this spiritual purpose with me. We are a thriving community where individually and together we embody and express our highest magnificence for the highest good of all. Did I just kind of riff on that just a little bit?
It was fun.
That's all right. Thank you. Thank you all. For the latest information on what's happening at the center, you can check out our website, which is online at www.spirituallyfree.org. Now today I'm excited, thrilled to announce that our special guest speaker is Reverend Allie Benjamin.
Yay!
Yes, yes, so excited to hear what she will share with us today. Always enlightening and always spiritual, and something that every time I hear her, I take it home and hold it close to my heart throughout the week. So I'm very excited to hear what she says to us today. Our guest musician is the newest member of the center band, Rory Norseth. Yeah. And that I'm sure is going to be fantastic, and can't wait to hear what he plays for us. All right, by way of announcements, beginning on February 22nd, 6:30 to 9, for 5 consecutive Tuesdays, Reverend Myrna Hurst will be teaching Science of Mind Principles and Practices. There is a charge for the class, however, scholarships and other financial arrangements might be available. This is a life-changing experience. If you've not taken one of the classes of Science of Mind, I definitely encourage it. The spiritual principles and practices laid out in this class will not only give you a clearer understanding of the Science of Mind philosophy, but also enhance your life in an immediate and tangible way. If you've taken foundations in the past, you might want to sign up for this anyway, because it has a great deal of information not covered until now. For more information, you can sign up in the lobby or visit with Reverend Myrna after service. On the third Sunday of every month, immediately after service in the youth room, we offer a short introductory class about what this philosophy is all about. So please stay tuned and join us for that. We are still seeking volunteers for youth church. If you'd like to be someone who participates in the spiritual education of our youngest religious scientists, ages 5 to 12, please see Hildreth Ferris, who's in charge of that. All right. This center is founded on and grounded in prayer. Prayer helps us deal with whatever comes our way and creates a positive experience for us, regardless of our conditions and situations. We have professional prayer practitioners who are trained for years in the art and science of affirmative prayer, and they are ready and they want to pray for you and with you. So here in person, you can visit with one of them after service. In the lobby, there's a prayer box where you can fill out your prayer requests and submit it there, or online on our website. And know with confidence and comfort that our practitioners will pray for you all week long. Now, I invite you to settle into your chair. Allow Farrell's reading and the centering music to take you to the sacred space within, and then Farrell will lead us in prayer.
Everybody take a deep breath. That helps me a lot, whether it does you or not. It rhymed. Wow, that's good. All right. I read this at meditation, and I've read it several times myself, and it needs to be said again. The title is Love Without Conditions by Paul Farini. When you have nothing to hide, the light of your conscious attention is no longer compromised by the secret shame, period. Okay, once more. When you have nothing to hide, the light of your conscious attention is no longer compromised by secret shame. If you have a fear and share it, the fear and guilt beneath it no longer remain hidden. If you think a thought that condemns another, you can deny it, disguise it, or project it onto another, or you can bring it up for attention and healing. You can hide your attack thoughts, or you can confess them. There is no one who does not make mistakes. When you justify your mistakes, you hang on to them, forcing yourself to defend them over and over. This takes a great deal of time and energy. Indeed, if you are not careful, it can become the dominant theme of your life. Why not confess your errors so you do not have to spend your time defending them? Own your deceit so it does not chain you. It does not chain you to the limitations of the past. Let each trespass be openly acknowledged. If you think unkindly of another, tell them so and ask them to forgive you. Do this not to put them on a pedestal, but to keep yourself from falling into the bottomless pit of self-hatred and despair. It is the medicine you need to live without fear, dishonesty, and guilt. Take the medicine. Have the courage to admit your mistakes so that you can forgive them and release yourself from pain, struggle, and deceit. Confide in another that they may one day confide in you. Do not deny the truth or pretend you have not heard it, for it is here in simple words that you can understand. The rest is up to you. Truth is not embraced until it is put into practice in your life.
My heart is open, love moves through me. My mind is open, peace moves through me. God is the stillness deep in my mind. God is the love that beats my heart. My heart is open, love moves through me. My mind is open, peace moves through me. God is the stillness deep in my mind. God is the love that beats my heart. God is the stillness deep in my mind. God is the love that beats my
So knowing that God is that stillness within, we breathe deeply and allow it to fill our being with that peace that passes understanding, that peace that we cannot bring within ourselves. So we breathe deeply and allow that peace to enter, and we breathe deeply and rest in that, in gratitude and love and joy. And so I'm grateful for this morning. I'm grateful for this song, for these words, for this congregation and this being together time. And so in this gratitude, we celebrate this life. We celebrate this day as together we say, and so it is.
As we explore everyday wonder this year, this month we're focusing in on our inner life. And this song we're going to sing together talks about how freeing that can be. The unlimited space in our consciousness that can feed us all the amazing possibilities of who we are, who we can become, and all of humanity, all of life. Let's sing together. Free.
By Rick Charette.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I am free.
right now. I'm thrilled to introduce our special music today. This buddy of mine has been writing. He's a prolific thinker and writer. He's an explorative musician. I really love how his mind works. And he's actually going to share some covers today, some very sweet, sweet songs. He's a great guitarist and a great guy. Let's welcome back Rory Norseth.
Thank you, Rick. You know, we got to acknowledge it's Super Bowl Sunday. Go football, right? Yay, sports. I think you can put your finger on the pulse of America just by watching the Super Bowl once a year. Commercials and a halftime show. This may not be appropriate to share here, but the first 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to do it anyway. First 2 or 3 minutes in the halftime program, nearly every toilet in America flushes. Yeah, it's true.
That's good to
I
know.
heard it from somebody. I just made it up. So if you when Rick asked me to play, and it turned out to be today, I decided in honor of love and Valentine's Day to play a couple of silly love songs, and I went on a love song time machine, went way back to the early 70s. These are by, both songs I'll play today are by Loggins and Messina. This one's called A Love Song. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a wren in a willow wood, flies so high and sings so good, and he brings for you what he sings for you. And the love in his lullaby seemed to tell me if I tried I could fly for you. Love, I wanna fly for you, 'cause I wanna sing you a love song. I wanna rock you in my arms all night long. Show you the peaceful feelings of my home. Summer thunder on moonbright days, northern lights in the skies ablaze, and I will bring for you lover when I sing for you. Silvery wings in the fiery sky, tell the tale of our love, and that's what I'll sing for you. Love is what I bring for you, and I want to sing for you, and I want to sing you a love song. I want to rock you in my arms all night long. I want to get to know you. I want to show you the peaceful feelings of my home. Sing you a love song. I want to rock you in my arms all night long. I want to get to know you. I want to show you the peaceful feelings of my home. I want to show you the peaceful feelings of my home. La, la, la.
Rory Norseth.
Thank you. That was beautiful. That was so nice. Thank you very much. Well, it's my great honor and privilege to introduce Reverend Ali Benjamin. Reverend Ali is an ordained minister of science of mind, is the founder of the Satya Center in Ogden, which I think happened in 2009. And in the interim, she and her husband, Michael, who is a science of mind practitioner, have traveled the land in their mobile home, sharing messages of science of mind and new thought through their mobile ministry called Life on a Joyride, which, if you followed Reverend Ali online, also comes with some beautiful artwork and amazing messages. So I'm very excited to hear what she has to share with us today. Will you all please join me in welcoming our very special guest back home, Reverend Ali Benjamin.
Good morning. That wasn't very welcoming. Good morning. So good to be here. Thank you for that wonderful music. So heart-opening, and just took me back to those high school days of Valentine's and those warm, fuzzy memories. And I'd like to just give a little shout out to my Valentine, my funny Valentine. I can't see you because you're behind that light, but my beloved husband Michael is here today and just flew in from Sacramento, and we are celebrating our 25th year of married bliss. So thank you, sweetie. It's such a gift to be doing what I love. Being a minister is truly a blessing. It's a vocation for me. It's a blend of my heart's passion and the work I do in the world, the way I express my most deepest passions to help people wake up, to help people fall in love with themselves. So having the opportunity to do what I love and to share it with the world and be rewarded for it to be my work and my way is such a blessing. And so my message today is the art of self-love, the art of loving yourself. And I'm going to share some sort of core fundamental premises, some science of mind principles, and I'm going to weave this into my message. I'm also going to share with you some of my personal journey with the intention of you having a better understanding of how an everyday average person like me and you can use these principles and to put them to practice in our lives so that we find more peace and love and more meaning in our lives. Each of us are made in the image and likeness of the divine. We are God's stuff. And so the first premise is there is only one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect, and this life is my life now. Thank you, Leslie. So, there is only one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect, and this life is my life now. That's by Dr. Ernest Holmes. So that's one of the core fundamental teachings of science of mind. And if we take this faith, philosophy, and way of life and put it into practice, we are going to have a greater sense of personal power, of self-love, of meaning, and understanding this, that there's only one. There's not two. There's one thing happening. It's this thing called life, and then we give it a whole lot of other names. And if you've read The Science of Mind, you might get overwhelmed by the amount of names Dr. Ernest Holmes uses to describe God. Love, the absolute, universal presence, the great I am, creator. And so there's only one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect, and this life is my life now. Now, when I say that, there's a part of me, the little part of me, the ego part of me that says, hold on, wait a minute, there's been a lot of things that haven't seemed so perfect, thank you very much, like the pandemic, for one, right? So we don't live in a perfect world, the world that our ego would prefer. We live in a perfect world, the life of God. And each of us are emissaries of this life, this light, this love, this wonder, and this joy. Each one of us have an opportunity to bring forth that one life through our vehicle, through our channel. We're each a channel of blessings. We each are the hands of God serving, the mind of God knowing, the heart of God loving. Yes? So this is the basis, this is the fundamental principle of science of mind, that there's only one. Another premise is, I am the thinker that thinks the thoughts that creates the things. I am the thinker that thinks the thoughts that creates the things. I am the thinker. Think of this. Feel this. Is it true? I am the thinker, you are the thinker, that thinks thoughts, that creates things. Yes? Another fundamental core principle of science of mind. We take responsibility for the way we think, because the way we think produces results. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. You may have heard the law of cause and effect, that for everything there is a reaction. That we are a cause, causative beings, and that through our thinking, through our words, through our emotions, and through our actions, we get results. So we are both a cause and our life is an effect. So we're both cause and effect, and we're playing with this field, with this law, with this matrix all the time. So those are the three fundamental premises or principles that I want to help ground in for us today. Because if we can get this, we're going to have a lot easier time out there in the world, enjoying a rich, meaningful, fulfilling, prosperous, abundant, creative life of love. Which is why we're here. We're here on a rather selfish mission. And so it may seem selfish to the ego, and a lot of religious teachings tell us not to be self-centered or selfish, but to give and give and give and give. So we're conditioned to be looking outside of ourselves and giving to get something from the outside in order to establish our worth and find direction. We've been conditioned since birth, really, to look out there for love, when the message of God, the message of the universe, the message that you were born with, tucked inside your heart, is that love is within you, God is within you. The kingdom, the queendom of heaven is within. And so to fall in love with ourselves first, then allows us the energy and everything that we need in order to bring it out into the world and love everything and everyone else. Because isn't that a song, the Beatles, where someone said what the world needs now is love, sweet love? We're all here to be emissaries of love and to bring that God love, to bring God into form. God isn't somewhere out in the clouds, God is within. And we're born with the knowing of this. The seed perfection lies within. We're here to reveal that love. And so we do that by falling in love with ourselves, but it's not easy, especially when we've been through heartbreak. Has anyone in this room been through a significant heartbreak in their life? Just 1, 4, 5. I would guess that all of us have had heartbreak. If we were truthfully honest with ourselves, there were things that happened in our childhood that caused our heart to shrink, our heart to become closed. And then over the course of our lives, as we've been vulnerable and fallen in love with others, or we've built up barriers to protect ourselves. And so today, I want to share a couple of stories that I've been through, some heartbreak, to show you that there's a different way of looking at our heartbreak. Because every time a heart breaks, there's an opportunity for the light now to shine in. Every time a heart breaks, there's an opportunity for the love and the light of God that is within your spiritual center, within your heart, to shine out of those cracks. That's what struggle allows us. That's what heartbreak allows us. My first heartbreak was when I was very young, 4 years old, 5 years old. My mother left. She didn't just leave and move down the street. I grew up in England, and she fell in love with someone in another country, this country, and she left. And so I was raised by my father and sent to boarding school and didn't see my mother. Well, usually once a year I would see her. And I was like that little bird in that story. You may have read it when you were little. Are you my mother? Are you my mother? A little bird goes around asking all kinds of things in search of its mother. Well, that was me. I grew up always looking for the love that I didn't get through a lot of things and people and places. And that caused me to not only find resilience and courage and strength and individuality. Growing up alone, without siblings and without parental nurturing, allowed me to feel my own power, to connect with the God self within me that propelled me forward, that opened doors for me along the way. It was a gift. It was a blessing. Then in my late 20s, I received another gift, another heartbreak, and that was the diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis, an autoimmune disease that's crippling, and I got all kinds of funny joints and crooked things and surgeries and this and that. And what that taught me is that I can't rely on my physical body. And that gave me an opportunity to go within. And that's when I found Science of Mind. That's when I started taking the inner journey, finding the light within myself, learning these principles that have supported me and countless others through me being a teacher and a speaker and involved in organizations. I've then passed on the message of self-empowerment, of these powerful spiritual principles and laws that if you follow and if you implement in your life can bring you blessings upon blessings. So that I was beginning to see as I did self-discovery that it's not the outside world that I can depend on. It's not my mother or my parents, or it's not my body. There's something more vital. There's something more tangible. And it's not what conditioning tells us, to look outside, to accomplish this, to go for that, to find rewards and accomplishments and accolades outside of ourselves by what we do in the world. There's a deeper sense of fulfillment when we have a rich relationship with the divine presence within. The third heartbreak was my youngest son, Chris, was diagnosed with an inoperable malignant spinal cord tumor, 19.5 inches, when he was 10 years old. And as a mother of 3 children, 10, 12, and 13, to have your baby be given a death sentence is a tremendous heartbreak. What Chris taught me, and by the way, he's alive and thriving and working over in the governor's office right now as a budget analyst working in the legislative session, and he has taught me about resilience, about what's possible, about not underestimating someone because of a disability. He's a quadriplegic. So the struggles our family went through during those times, I'm not overlooking that, but it came with blessings too. Maybe there's something in your life, there's a series of heartbreaks that you've experienced that you could go back and rewrite the script on, to reframe your story, because you're always creating a story. You can bring forth these wounds or these old stories or this poor me, my family did this, or this is what I experienced, or I was abused, or all of these terrible, awful things that happen to our little selves. We are always bringing that story out in one way or another. Maybe through our subconscious. It may show up in our relationships, undermining things. But we can rewrite those stories. We can put a different spin on it, maybe a spiritual spin on it. Because not only do we have a story and we're the author of the story of our own life, we hold the pen that gets to create the next chapter. So what next chapter are you going to write? And can you let your wounds from the past influence in a positive way your stories of the future, where you as the main character are strong and powerful and resilient and loving and a blessing because of it, because of the knowing of that, because of falling in love with yourself and your story and your character and your possibilities, you then become a living blessing. We're all here to do that. My 4th heartbreak, and probably the one that really snapped me to attention here, to really rely on God instead of my conditioned mind, was when in 2018 I found the dead body of my child, my son Adam. Now there's nothing quite like seeing your child's dead body to give you a moment of pause, to really question, what the hell is this life all about? That was a pivotal point for me to turn around and start doing this work in earnest, to start putting God first always, to not be projecting out there the source of my good and comfort and happiness is going to come to me when this is perfect, that's perfect, this person is doing that, this person's safe, I've got something that I'm doing that I enjoy. All of those things that our surface mind tells us need to be just right in order for us to find happiness and peace and love and purpose. And it's within us. The power, the love, the strength, the beauty, all of the things that you're going to learn in taking Reverend Myrna's course, the principles and practices of science of mind. Let's take a breath. You're going to find those principles and practices, once implemented, once brought out, those divine qualities and attributes that God is, the I Am presence. They're for you to be They're for you to discover within yourself and for you to bring out into the world. This is your mission. This is your soul's mission. This is why we're here. I didn't get that until 2018. I was in a large auditorium with my teacher, spiritual guru, Sadhguru, with thousands of others, and I had this awakening. Have you ever had a moment, you've either read a particular passage or been out in nature, or I don't know, maybe you had an experience, a spiritual experience at a retreat or something, and you had a complete breakthrough. That's what I had during that moment. I fell in love with myself. You are here to fall in love with yourself, the body, the mind, and the spirit of what you are. You are here to know who you are in truth, what you are in truth, and how you're here to serve in truth. You're here to serve by being your most authentic self. Not measuring up against society or someone else's expectations, or even your ego's expectations. You're just simply here to fall in love with yourself and to bring that love into the world without excuses, to be vulnerable, to be generous, to be kind, to not beat yourself up, to stop listening to that taskmaster inside your head, that judge, that victim, all of those voices. Those aren't you. There is a deeper you. It is your divine presence, and it's within you all the time. It is your constant companion. When things on the outside come and go, when there's diagnosis, when there's money issues, when there's transitions, a move, loss of a job, financial loss, mental health struggles, we can go within and we can tap into that still, small voice that is a constant. It's a constant. It's always going to be there. It's eternal. It's timeless. It's always fresh and brand new. And if we take time to manage our thinking, because that's a core principle here. You are the thinker that thinks the thoughts that creates your life. You're responsible for the quality of your thoughts, and if you think in a particular way long enough, a positive, particular way, you will have positive results. That is the law of cause and effect. You are always causing something to happen. Always. And you can look out at your life and see, what have I caused? What effects have I caused? And it shows up as your very life. Your relationships, the things you do in the world, the quality of your experience is up to you. Now, there's a lot of supporting artists and characters that come into play here. This isn't a solo journey. When we're truly ourselves, when we're in love with ourselves, we attract all manner of loving beings. And so, there is only one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect, as it is. Even with death and loss and tragedy and heartbreak, there is joy and there is wonder and there are miracles. There's more good things happening now than there ever have been, ever. The thing is, do you have the eyes to see it? There is only one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect. This life is my life now. Remember, it starts with you, loving yourself, tending to your soul, listening to what your heart desires, allowing yourself to have fun, It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. Maybe if you don't have a date, you take yourself out on a date. There's a beautiful book called The Artist's Way. Has anyone done that? The Artist's Way invites you to go on an artist date once a week. Take yourself on a creative date once a week and fall in love with yourself. Find out who you really are outside of everything else, outside of relationships. Discover what your core passions are and bring those into the world. Thank you. Okay, so we're going into prayer, and I like to call prayer an activation. So take a breath and deepen into the recognition that there is only one life, one power, one infinite organizing intelligence that is never an absence. Its circumference is nowhere, and its center is everywhere. You and me and we are centered in God now. We are presencing God's love now. We bring it into time and space through every breath, through every word, through every action and movement. We are a living poem all about God, all about love. And so as we commit to walking a path of love and joy and beauty and abundance and well-being, we make a deeper commitment to God, to life. And when we do, blessings abound. Healing happens, revealings happen, and we fall in love again and again with this thing called life, with this thing called me, I am, we are. God is good, life is good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Wonderful. Thank you. I believe it's time for our offering. Yes? Yes. So as the ushers come forward, and we have an opportunity now to give to where we're spiritually fed. And this community truly is, this organization truly is something that spiritually feeds us. And so as we give our love, as we pay it forward, as we place a blessing in the basket today, we're in essence saying thank you for what I've already received. And when we support this center, the blessings just continue to radiate out in forms of services and classes and an online presence. And so let's, as we give today, think of all the ways that our offering, which is really a representative of our time and our talent and our energy and our love, our offering continues to feed and to bless. So let us say our blessing of the offering together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let this be, and so it is.
Now we're going to hear some more from Rory Norseth.
Thank you for that hearty applause, Rick. So, as I mentioned, I've been on a musical time machine love song journey, and the last 2 weeks I've learned a whole bunch of love songs. I've looked at the stories behind them, and I am so happy. We love our methods, right, in metaphysics, but really just put out, spin your old Journey albums or something. This song, I love the stories behind songs, and this song, Danny's song, Kenny Loggins wrote this at 17 years old, which just shows that rock stars are born, not made. But his older brother, Danny, wrote a letter to him. He was just starting out, had a baby on the way and setting up a household, and wrote him a letter about how he felt. And Kenny Loggins turned it into this song. And that is the story. 1, 2, 1. People smile and tell me I'm the lucky one. I've just begun. I think I'm gonna have a son. He will be like she and me, as free as a dove, conceived in love. The sun is gonna shine above. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, and everything will bring a chain of love. But in the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright. Well, Pisces, Virgo rising is a very good sign. Strong and kind, and the little boy is mine. Now I see a family where there once was none. We've just begun. I think we're gonna fly to the sun. Even though we one who holds the world in a paper cup. Come on and drink it up. Love them and they bring you luck. And if you find that to help your mind, better take them home. No, don't you live alone. Come to earn what lovers own. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. And every day you bring a chain of love. And in the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright.
Awesome.
Thank you, you guys.
Rory Norseth. Thank you, Rory. Boy, it took me so many places. Yes. Thank you, Reverend Ollie, for a beautiful message. Yes. I really got something new, which says a lot because I've been around this philosophy for 25 years. It's such a simple, strong message. The idea of not looking for perfection from the eyes and heart and mind of your ego. There's so many definitions of perfection that I tie to my ego, and what other people think is perfect, which is also ego. Just settle back and forgive yourself and look through the eyes of spirit and feel with the heart of spirit and look at your life that way. That's the message I got. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. We're going to sing our closing song now. I want you to have a blessed week and a wonderful Valentine's Day. And take Allie's advice. Take yourself out on a date. It'll be cool. Fill yourself up so you can give it out. Give it back out to this world. Let's sing together. I am as God created me. 1.